All right, we're gonna get right into this review for the Bank of America 500. Yep, that's what it was. And there's a lot of stuff to talk. There was so much stuff that happened in these races, and I was expecting a pretty good race here. We're going into Talladega next week, and everything's gonna be on the line for the championship contenders. And I didn't know that things were going to look this good for me coming in here. We've got Jimmy Johnson, 19 points below the cutoff. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Charlotte being one of his best tracks, and I think he got a decent finish, but Kansas is what brought him down in points. And I thought he did decent at Kansas, but it was all Biffle's fault. Thank you, Biffle, by the way. This is why I like Biffle, but anyway. There was so much good stuff happening this week. I mean, I don't even care that it's Kevin Harvick that won the race. I mean, once Hamlin got up front, I was rooting for him. And no, hey. Washing machine's done. Anyway, there's so much good stuff happening. I just can't get over the fact that this race was so great. Oh, and also, it's 11 a.m. Gotta turn the lights on. But anyway, so as for the nationwide race, that was interesting. Great job wrecking on before the first corner. That was great. That was pretty professional. Developmental series, but anyway, yeah. Unfortunately, Jeffrey Earnhardt was caught up in that accident, and he's the only Earnhardt that I like ever. Because he sucks. I like the guys that suck apparently. Alex Bowman was in this race in the 5. I was rooting for the 5 all the way. Oh goodness gracious, good Phil Collins, but the fact that he finished the race, I think is good enough for me. Personally, I mean, I know it would have been great if we won. I mean, I would have just celebrated on top of the roof if he won the race. But I'm glad that he actually finished it and wasn't caught up in one of the many wrecks, because I actually missed the one that took out the 3. I missed that one because I wasn't home. I did see the start and the finish, though, and for God's sake, Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch are just the antagonists of the Nationwide Series. I mean, if the Nationwide Series was just like a television show, a sitcom of sorts, then they would just be the antagonists. Like, when Michael McDowell hops into the 22 and Sam Hornish Jr. in the 54, I'm rooting for those numbers. But when it's these fucks, they don't need to be in there. That's all I'm saying, is that they don't even need to be in there. I like Brad Keselowski, but fuck him when he's in the Nationwide Series. I'm just saying. He doesn't need to be in there. And for God's sake, Kyle Busch, leave. But anyway, yeah. I think that's about it for the Nationwide Series. I didn't have as much to say for that, except for the opening wreck. That was pretty professional. Yep, developmental series. Sprint Cup Series race was at Charlotte, Bank of America 500, Saturday. I worked 10 to 6 on Saturday, so I missed the first 20 laps or so. But it's okay, because college football is incredibly just trumps NASCAR. And, I turn on the broadcast and it's college football. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And then it's over. And then it's like 20 laps. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who the hell even watches college? What? What does it even matter? I mean, I got a shirt for Kansas, but I just like Kansas. I like the Jayhawks. I just like the logo. The Jayhawks logo. I just get a kick out of it. But who cares beyond it? It's like literally the least important thing in sports. My God, I'd watch WNBA over college football. WNBA. And I'm not even kidding. And I hate basketball, and I watch that over fucking college fucking football. Fuck that. And it's on every damn channel. You know, I'll do a rant on that some other time. This is a NASCAR review. So I ran over a little bit, and Jeff Gordon was leading, and I was going to say, if he won this race, and I said he was going to win the race last week, and then he runs this week, I don't even know. But he didn't. Good. There was a lot that I really wish that I'm taking, that I'd take notes for these. I'm gonna start doing that next year though, so don't worry, I'll be organized next year. Season. Well, next year's season, it's the same thing. Anyway, there was a whole bunch of stuff that happened in this race, and I'm sorry that I can't recall all of it, but it was looking to be a great race for Ganassi again. Martin Truex Jr. was pushing it, and I was like, damn. And Justin Allgaier starting 16th and finishing on the lead lap in 15th. Bravo, Justin Allgaier. No one. I stayed until the very end of the ABC presentation, and I didn't see any of Victory Lane because it played at 1 in the morning after 3. Count it, 3 straight hours of Fox News Live. Fuck off. That channel sucks. It is the worst thing ever, and they need to start getting back to catering to their racing fans. It was Speed Channel. It had cars and shit. And now it sucks and plays college football. Bravo, Fox. You've fucked up something else. Great job. Not only are you ruining the news, not only are you ruining animation, you are also ruining sports. Congratulations, Fox. I can't imagine what you're going to screw up next. Breaking news! Fox has entered the gaming industry. They're working alongside EA to sell out every franchise ever created. Hooray! Fox screws everything up. And there was a whole lot of stuff that happened. I mean, like, Ganassi was doing good and Truex was doing good. There were a couple of other drivers, too, like, all the Michael Waltrip racing cars' engines blew up, and someone else's engine blew up, too. I don't remember who it was, though. Regan Smith. No, not Regan Smith. He drives the 7 in the Nationwide Series. It was Michael Annett who drives the 7 in the Sprint. And when it blew up, it was on like NASCAR Nonstop, and I looked over, and it looked like Logano's car. Like their cars were almost identical, and I was like, yes! And then I never realized it was Michael Annett, and I was like, fuck that, fuck that. But anyway, and it really didn't need the green-white checkered because I was pretty sure that Harvick was going to win regardless because Busch was starting up next to him, and it wasn't a different driver, so I was assuming at this. But McMurray was pushing Harvick there, and I was like, maybe he'll get it, and then he didn't, and I was like, fuck this. But Larson got the lead at one point. Yep. Then the caution came out. Yep. Then they all went into the pits, and a bunch of people stayed out, and Larson never got to the front again. Really want to take this goddamn hat off. It's been months. But anyway, how about that post-race action? Probably more exciting than half the race, even though it was a pretty competitive race. I mean, I was actually able to keep focused on the television at all times. I was genuinely entertained by this race, unlike lots of races, you know. But how about that after-race action now? It was Keselowski, Hamlin, and Kenseth, and Tony Stewart even got a piece of the action for no reason at all, but he did a very Tony-like thing, and muchos respetos, a compadre. I gotta love Tony Stewart. But anyway, Keselowski, well, what really happened was Keselowski and Hamlin, either Larson or Truex, because I was really worried one of them was going to get wrecked, and someone on the inside. They were racing 4 wide into a corner, and it was getting really tight, and Keselowski had to back out. And I think he might have gotten into Hamlin at some point, because I guess Hamlin went down on the track after the race, and then Keselowski went back up and tried to wreck him. And, you know, it could have just stayed at that, but then Keselowski just had to go and hit Matt Kenseth. Just had to. You know, absolutely required. And, you know, everything that happened after the race was pretty much Keselowski's fault. I mean, I was watching it. I was waiting for the fists to come out. And then Denny Hamlin was there, and then Keselowski was somewhere. I couldn't even see Keselowski for most of it. And then Hamlin was there, and then Hamlin got pulled back. And then Keselowski walked out, and then they went in between the trucks. And Keselowski was walking, and the camera was following him. And out of nowhere, but BAM! There comes Matt Kenseth. And I was like, yes! Thank you, Matt! Thank you, Matt! Everyone thank Matt Kenseth for having that happen. That was glorious. And then the after. And they interviewed him afterwards. He was like, yeah, I'm going there. And and Matt Kenseth just said it like it was just something that happened. That was great. Thank you, Matt Kenseth. You are now my favorite driver. Actually, no. Win the championship and we'll talk. That's... Oh, that was great. That was great. Oh, thank you. But Keselowski, even after having time to cool down afterwards, they like approached him about 10 minutes after the fact, giving him a little bit of time to cool down, and he still talked as if it wasn't all his fault. So, negative respectos for Keselowski. Man up and admit defeat. That most of that was your fault. Hamlin could have backed off a little bit, but most of that was pretty much your fault. And really, Keselowski, did you really have to hit Matt Kenseth after the fact, you know? Did you have to? Yes, you did, because if you hadn't, then Matt Kenseth wouldn't have done that. That was great. I loved it. But anyway, that's about everything for this race. I think we're going to be done here. You know, there was not much to... So, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for the whole weekend. Get out of the Nationwide Series, Sprint Cup drivers. Good race. Talladega. Oh, can't wait. That's going to be great, hopefully. Last time I said a race would be great. It sucked. So, hopefully that doesn't suck. Yeah. So, see you next week, and hopefully I can take this godforsaken hat off. But anyway, bye.